You get my email home?
I thought I was gonna be late.
Oh, besides dodging cars and stuff.
Gosh. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, you already pushed it, great. Public Health and Safety Standing Committee, Tuesday, August 25th is now in session. First thing on the agenda, I love that Jody gets these out to us. Approve August 11th meeting minutes.
I read them, I approve them. They're a little scant for me, but I'm not volunteering to write them anymore.
I agree, yes.
Agreed. It's, yeah, some of them
I
are like,
do
oh.
like the fact that when I was writing them, I wrote who was here. And
Yes.
I don't know, maybe we should say, maybe we should announce who's here, and then AI might pick it up, but I think it's nice for the record.
Right,
and
to
for
see
look
that-
back, who was there. So,
And, well, and it kind of,
The question is, how do we address that as it changes? So like, the suggestion was made, we can read everybody off, but that changes throughout the meeting.
yeah.
you can pause and say, if there's, Lonnie can alert you if 7 more people are on, not 1, but 7.
Right, and if someone else jumps in, like I can see, I'll be like, oh, so-and-so has joined the meeting. No one.
On this,
I can't
but you
see.
can't see it, city council. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's just a thought I had.
Okay,
I
so
do miss having those little details.
we have Rod Bastian and Stephen Hope Smith in the chambers with us.
And please, chief.
And, please, chief, but,
And nobody online at this point.
no.
All right, there you go, taken care of.
Very good.
It's handled, just one word.
I'm there with you. As soon as I can't find change the word. All right, approved. Update.
Okay.
It's been a while.
So,
Good to see you, Greg.
Yeah, I was in Minnesota, thanks for excusing me for an extended period of time.
Yay.
Good to be back, though.
I bet.
Got some good stuff for everybody today.
Yeah.
Update, we'll talk about concerns first. Everybody's concerned about bears.
Yes.
Everybody's concerned about bear activity. We had a meeting with law enforcement personnel from FWT. Red Lodge PD was there, Carbon SO was there, the sheriff was there. Mayor was present, and it was just, it was a good discussion, and finding out where this responsibility lies. So dispatch has received documents on the questions to ask. Obviously, if it's yes to this, no to this, we'll send a police officer, obviously.
That's a good idea. I love it.
Yeah, no, it was very informative. I learned a lot of stuff. Not a bear expert, but we did have several there, so it was very informative. So we, I think we are taking the proper approach in handling it. I spoke with my swing shift sergeant before actually this afternoon I spoke with him. He was in the office and said that since the ordinance, we began enforcing it, my night shift officers have been checking out, doing area checks, and taking mental note of which trash receptacles are open, business and residential, and they've been going around and just doing the knock and talks and educating the public on what's going on and why. And the sergeant said he drove the alleys last night, and they were, comparative to last week, they were pristine.
Oh, good.
So it's, I don't want to say the problem solved, but from what he saw and what he's been seeing on nighttime, he says, man, it looked a lot better last night.
Great.
So it's good news.
Is that some practice you'll continue every night?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if we're seeing this stuff, we're gonna say something if time allows, obviously, but yeah, we're taking note of it. We have already charged the municipal infraction, to, certain people, certain businesses. So it is being handled and it is being enforced.
What is the commercial charge? Do you know?
That's 100.
Oh, they're all one. Okay, I didn't know there was a difference. Okay,
Mhm.
couldn't remember.
Yeah.
And you can tell if it's intentional, open or neglect of just not paying attention, not closing it, not locking it, or if it was thrown over and it was really latched.
Yeah,
So you
I mean,
can
like,
totally
and
tell.
then with commercial dumpsters, it's apparent what's going on when the lid is like this, when it should be.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
You know.
Trash
Okay.
that is pulled in.
And, yeah, the bear expert, Daniel, he explained it very well last night in that meeting that I was in.
Great.
Yeah, Daniel's, well, I didn't make the 6:30 meeting, but I had some
The
correspondence.
6:30 to 9?
Mm.
Yeah, that was late.
Yeah, I could, yeah.
So,
Good.
Kiddos, but,
Yeah.
he explained it very well by saying that he's a bear expert. It's his job to track bears, report on bears, study bears, and unfortunately, it's his task. He now has to kill bears, and he wants to put that to a screeching halt. So
Yeah, agreed.
I think all the entities working together, positive things will come out.
Are we still at 6 or 7?
I'm not sure, Mayor.
I thought it was
There's been several meetings that they have said 7 within town. Yesterday, at multiple meetings, they said the official in-town count was 6.
No.
There were 2 black bears outside and 2 grizzlies, so there's 9 in the area, but last night they were putting the count at 6 within city limits. But I think, at least one of those was very darn close, because up until yesterday, I'd heard 7. And the 7th one was actually on the day of the last bear meeting, second Wednesday.
Mhm.
And he was not in a good, and he started out, and I offered my 2 cents that that's how he ought to start the meeting, because he came in and he said, I became a bear biologist because I want to collar bears. I want to go out and catch them and put a collar
Learn
on and
about
study their behavior and go to grade schools and teach kids about it. Pisses me off
Oh, he was,
that my job has changed to shooting bears. I said, you need to express that, because that provides empathy into your situation and helps dispel this rumor that
Yeah.
that your job, you love killing bears.
Yeah, I've known Daniel for a couple of years, very solid guy, very smart guy, I like him a lot.
agreed. Okay.
So that wraps up the concerns. Let's move on to, where we are at in August thus far. Total calls for service, we haven't hit our end of month yet, so this isn't the official count, it's just a general idea.
We got 5 more days, 6 more days.
301 calls for service, traffic-related contacts were 100, investigative cases created, 31, physical evidence collection, 21 items. Go back to July 1st, since I really didn't get to meet with y'all too much in July. July 1st, 26th to present, the following seizures have been recorded. We've taken 7 firearms off the street, drug cases, 12 seizures. In 2026, thus far, we've had 4 of our cases go federal relating to firearms and drugs. I put at the bottom too, I'll read this. This figure illustrates the current operational tempo of the police department. Remains committed to public safety and will continue to address the rising demands associated with the increased call volume and drug-related investigations.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
On the firearms, was it felons with firearms, is it firearms?
Several of which were, yeah. So, felons with firearms, firearms in connection with, drug sales, drug possession, things of that nature. We would never infringe on somebody's constitutional right, ever. These are good seizures. These are not like state law. You can't have that type of gun seizure. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right.
So, second page is gonna be going up on our department website here, hopefully tomorrow.
Oh, God, there's so many pages.
Just, a quick brief and update to the public, lose it, lose it, just consequences of drinking and driving, what we're seeing a lot of DUIs recently. We've had a lot of DUI cases this year involving children. Not children driving the vehicle, but, children being present in the car with an intoxicated parent, which is, felonious. It's a big problem. We've been seeing quite a bit of that. Our aggravated DUI charges seems to be rising. Aggravated level is, obviously, everybody here knows, it's common knowledge that the legal limit for alcohol in your blood is 0.08. At the aggravated level, we're looking at 0.16 and above, which is really, that's climbing up there. And then, obviously,
Makes me tired.
That's interesting because they say fewer people are drinking and now, but that's not reflected in your job.
the ones who are drinking or.
Also
Yeah.
driving.
They're
With their
just,
kids.
I've read that too. It's
they
like,
just don't care.
I've read that too. It's like, but like generational. It seems like this. They've done studies where it says that the younger generation isn't drinking as much as they.
As the
as in
previous
the past. Mm-hmm.
generations.
Mm-hmm. Which is great.
Are alcohol sales in general either flat or down?
I'm not sure.
I've heard that.
They are.
Are they? Okay.
Do you think there's any other alternative substance that they're going to, though?
Yes.
Yeah,
Hopefully not.
nobody's really come out and said because of the legalization of marijuana, that they're getting their relaxation in a different way.
Could be a coincidence, could be,
You can always exercise too.
Smoking and,
There you go.
smoking and scrolling. It's beautiful.
They call it doom scrolling.
doom scrolling.
Yep, I've
Nice.
heard that term a lot.
I've never heard that. I gotta write that one down.
All right, last but not least on my update, very good news. I'll go ahead and read it off to
I
everybody.
just read it. It's great.
Police Department letter of commendation. On July 7, 2026, Sergeant Purvis of the Red Lodge Police Department responded to a report of a fraud involving a Red Lodge resident. The victim's MasterCard had been used for unauthorized transactions at Lowe's in Kalispell and Safeway in Polson around June 5, 2026. After the card was canceled, additional attempted transactions occurred the following day. The victim's USAA account was also compromised around the same time.
This happened to us, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Reported.
We reported to USAA.
It gets even better.
Okay.
Sergeant Purvis contacted Lowe's Loss Prevention at the Kalispell location. Using law enforcement intelligence systems, investigators identified a New York registered vehicle linked to the suspect. With assistance from Montana, it used to be Montana All Threats Intelligence Center, but now it is,
A lot more.
yeah, it's a lot more. They changed their acronym, but there are intel guys. They're state DOJ, fantastic group to work with. I love having those guys are up here with us during the summertime. They're great. Driver's license photograph was obtained from New York authorities. Sergeant Purvis positively identified the suspect from interior CCTV footage at the store. Further investigation revealed that the individual was a suspect in additional identity theft cases in the Kalispell area and was a wanted fugitive from Wisconsin on identity theft charges with a nationwide extradition. The suspect is an illegal alien from China who is out on bond from a criminal case in another state. Sergeant Purvis coordinated with multiple agencies, including Homeland Security investigations in Kalispell, enforcement and removal operations in San Antonio, Montana Highway Patrol, Billings Office, Durango Police Department, Colorado.
Oh my gosh.
And other law enforcement partners in Montana, Texas, Arizona, Colorado, and Wyoming. Intelligence indicated that the suspect was engaged in a nationwide crime spree involving identity theft and credit card fraud while traveling across several states. Bad boy. Working with the city attorney's office and obtaining judicial approval, Sergeant Purvis secured an in-state arrest warrant for identity theft and deceptive practices. On August 4th, 2026, ERO San Antonio advised that the suspect vehicle had been located in Billings. The information was immediately shared with Montana Highway Patrol troopers assigned as task force officers with the U.S. Marshal Service. On August 5th, 2026, the suspect was located sleeping in a vehicle in Billings and was taken into custody on the warrants. Evidence was seized, and a state search warrant for the vehicle is being pursued with Homeland Security investigation assistance. HSI is advancing a federal case involving victims in multiple states. These financial crimes, identity theft, credit card fraud, and related wire fraud are among the most difficult for law enforcement to solve. They often cross jurisdictional lines, involve sophisticated methods, and leave victims with limited recourse. In the vast majority of cases, victims never see the kind of concrete results and justice that Sergeant Purvis delivered here. Although the initial offenses occurred several hours away from Red Lodge, the victim is a Red Lodge resident. Rather than simply referring the matter to another agency, Sergeant Purvis took ownership of the investigation. His persistence, coordination with local, state, and federal partners, and determination led to the arrest of a criminal who had been exploiting multiple victims through wire fraud and identity theft across state lines. Red Lodge Police Department remains committed to protecting our community and working with our partnering agencies to pursue justice wherever these crimes occur.
Awesome.
So what I'm really excited about when I read that is I can speak for law enforcement as a whole here. Law enforcement receives numerous types of scam calls, wire fraud calls, digital theft, stuff like that on a daily basis. So this original crime took place in Kalispell, Montana. Normally what we do is we call Kalispell PD. We give the victim contact information with the Kalispell Police Department because technically the crime occurred there, right? So 7 hours away, roughly.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, which is what technically we're supposed to do, he took ownership of the entire case. which normally would have just been brushed off to a different agency, and got a wanted fugitive that was here illegally and stole a lot of money from a lot of people.
I'm curious, I wonder if this is
Unreal.
the same chain that got me, because it was,
Like, it could be.
and it was fraudulent activity where they had taken they had somehow gotten a check, and we have no idea where they had gotten, because it wasn't a credit card, but it was my USAA
Mhm.
checking account,
Yeah.
and they cleared out our checking account. And USAA is great in the fact that they flagged it as fraudulent, you know, returned our money and everything, but
Mhm.
it continued for a few months to where we were getting phone calls to verify, and we're like, absolutely not, hold that person, like, call
Yeah.
law enforcement, because
Yeah.
this is fraudulent, this is not, and I don't know, there was Utah, Texas, like, all over, it was a whole,
This was all over, yeah, this gentleman here was all over the United States.
I love that it started in June and ended in August. I mean, it's a long, drawn-out thing, he stuck with it. I think
he was,
that's very cool.
Brazilian with that,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
And, he's a fantastic sergeant, he's a great police officer. He is not technologically advanced, so that's a huge,
There you go.
so a case like this is,
Big for
it's
him.
even more impressive in that sense.
That he was able to
Yeah,
carry
very
on.
proud of him, obviously, all.
There's a place for all of us.
He has,
Yeah.
he has really been blowing everything away. I mean, his
Quite literally.
caliber of service
Yeah.
and follow-through.
Yeah,
And this is not the first letter from him for something.
No, he.
Right, this is
he has
something else,
outstanding.
right?
several in his
Yes.
file.
I love
It's
that.
so impressive.
Yeah, no, I'm very
So
happy,
lucky.
very happy with all my teammates' work.
Yeah, yeah.
But this one just came through today with, like, you know, the results and everything.
Oh,
I guess, Sergeant Tripp's been on the force here.
He has been here for 3 years. He served in, Kerrville, Texas, in the narcotics unit, for, 12 years, before which he was on patrol, so a grand total of, almost 21 years he's been a police officer.
And then wasn't he, like, moved out to retire, and then,
Yeah, so, Texas counts your military service,
As-
as retirement towards your law enforcement pension. So he cut it at 16 or 17. He's a Desert Storm guy. So he cut it at 16 or 17 and, chose to continue in Red Lodge, thankfully. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, he's great, his wife is equally,
Oh, she,
yeah.
Who is
son
she?
her name is Felicia.
What does she do?
She worked in the school system.
She
now retired.
she worked in Belfry with me.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah, and his son was a student out there, so it was, yeah, they're super great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's all I have.
thank you.
Did you ever, with Webb going to Bridger, did we fill that?
Very good. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, we have one right now with a conditional offer that is towards, the very end of his process of being put on the street. So
Okay.
he's, obviously, we all know that, you know, when you get a conditional offer from the police department, it could take anywhere from 1 to 4 months before you put a uniform on and go to work. Thankfully, with this candidate, he has worked in, I cannot say who it is
Okay.
right now. I mean, once it's official and he's sworn in, obviously happy to tell you guys. He has worked in the area before for a very long time. He retired, as a detective, so all of his post-schooling, everything is already completed. All this stuff is done. The only thing he has now is his psychological examination, which is an afternoon.
You mean an entire afternoon?
If it's the MMPI, it takes several hours. It's that 600, 700 question test that they like to do.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, they're not.
I would pass that, I wouldn't pass that.
Yeah,
20 minutes in, I'm like,
I'm done.
yeah, it seems silly because it's one of those tests where it seems like it asks you the same question 20 different
but
times.
they,
Yeah,
and it probably
But that's
does.
for a reason,
Ways,
and it
yeah.
does weed out candidates that law enforcement does not need.
Right.
So I have no doubt that he'll pass with flying colors, and, I'll be happy to make that announcement as soon as he's sworn in, before he goes in front of the police commission.
So he's in the fold, but not in the fold. I mean, you say you got something to do before we put him on the street. Does that mean he's,
So normally the background, everybody in my office has worked with this gentleman before. We know who he is.
Okay.
We've all worked with him.
I'm trying to figure out who?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I know.
No guesses who it is he used to work with.
Yeah, so, so his background, all that stuff is completed. He went through an additional Red Lodge Police Department background just because we want to cross our Ts and dot our Is. Yeah, criminal background, everything is good to go, so it's.
Was it Billy Olie?
No,
Okay.
that's a blasphemy.
Oh, I know.
Wow,
That was 20 questions.
really old.
Does it sound like first name? No.
Yeah, no, it's,
Is his sign?
it'll be good.
Great.
So that's all I
Good,
have.
great. Can't wait to find out.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you're thinking not like anywhere,
so we were shooting for October, but now we're shooting for like in the next couple of weeks.
oh, no kidding. Oh, okay. Very cool.
I gotta get online with the police commission and get everybody together and do the seal of approval.
Awesome. Okay, well, good, that's nice.
I was glad to have you back.
It's nice to be back.
Yeah, I'm glad, always glad when people are glad to be back.
It's nice to be back, it's nice to be home.
Yeah.
A lot of driving.
Yeah. Anybody else have any questions on the handout? Nope. All right, moving on. Fire district. Patty, that's Patty.
I went to the meeting last Wednesday, and they're just such an impressive group of people. I love how connected they are and in tune with everything that's going on with the Red Lodge Rural Fire District. It's really neat to be a part of that team. The reporting, they have new reporting, and it's so much easier to read. I'll see if we can include this in the packet next week, or if anybody wants a copy, you can ask me for it, and I'll get it from Kim Bernard's over there. But as you can see, the charts are a
Oh,
lot
look at that.
easier to read.
I like bar graphs.
Everything is so much easier. They've got this new reporting system, so I think it'll be really beneficial. It itemizes it, says the number of calls by call district. You know, they adjust some of the things I think that our previous council member, Sandy Conley, was wanting to know, how to identify between where the calls are coming from. And now they have the reporting, that's a tremendous benefit, so we can see that. So I think, especially with the topics at hand with the council, it's great timing for it. Unique incidents by core district, core zone. We went over budget, they went over, briefly budget stuff. There's some more reports on bill charges, so you can see the income, expense and income flow and the months, so they can, you know, try to plan accordingly with their
And a graph.
budget. More graphs.
More graphs.
Awesome graphs.
I'm a
So
visual
easy to
person,
read.
so, nice.
Yes, and then the numbers are just clearly identified by month, broken down by month, where their, income comes from, so it's fantastic. About the school, the EMT class updates, Torsten provided an update on that. 6 students and 6 adults enrolled, which I love that they incorporate that into the student program.
My daughter's,
Oh, she is?
my daughter's doing it.
Oh, my gosh. And as we've seen in the past, those students
Yeah.
grow up to fulfill their dreams
Yeah.
and end up working for the fire department or finishing the school.
In a
and
medical
end up
field in some
employed there.
capacity, yeah.
Yeah, and helping people for eternity because of their passion and what started and motivated here
Mhm.
in Red Lodge, so.
I took it in high school.
You did?
Mhm.
Oh.
I did. It was, unfortunately, it wasn't something that they allocated a class time for. So when we were
Yeah.
doing it, who was it? It was Ken Miller that was heading it up. And so the only time that they would put it into our curriculum was at a 7 a.m. time slot.
Oh.
And so, I mean,
Very
we
cool.
did it, and we all went through it, and
Yeah.
then we got 3/4 of the way in, and they had changed the way that they had done EMS and EMT
Okay.
to where they were kind of a separate entity, and you had to go back and do it, and like, a fraction of us were like, I'm not redoing this. And I think there was
Right.
like 3 or 4 that actually continued, and we're like, no, we'll go with it.
Well, yeah, just
Yeah,
finish
but
it out.
it's still, I mean, it just, from that class, learning, you know, just all the things, it's pretty cool class.
Right, in any situation, in any
Mhm.
profession, you can use that as a teacher,
Oh,
in
yeah.
the classroom,
Oh, yeah.
in the store,
Yeah.
all those skills that you learn.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm so thankful that they do that, program here. Let's see. There's some job postings for recruitment.
Job postings.
Yeah, training, let's see. There's admin, so, I think Torsten's in charge of that too, the recruitment. So I don't know if they're about to or if they have some jobs posted now. I think that there's something current on the website, so, they're getting ready for the fun run. They do the course control, block the corners. They need volunteers. If anybody wants to volunteer to the Rural Fire District, you can email volunteer@redlodgefire.com. For that event, but throughout the year too, if you want. That's the website for volunteer@redlodgefire.com. So they're a huge core piece of the fun run and fun run success and safety. And the strategic planning for the remodel, I guess, at the fire department. They just did, I guess, a digital scan of the remodel. So it's moving along on an appropriate timeframe. I don't think it's ahead of the game. I don't think it's behind the ball either. So it seems like they're right on track for where they want to be for right now, moving along with the different moving parts of the city and the plans.
Was there anything, any on fires, local, anything like
No.
discussion on that?
No,
Concern?
Tom wasn't present, and he was there for a little bit of the budget, but that was all. There weren't, we talked a little bit about where recruits were or personnel were assigned on different fires,
Yeah,
but it was very brief, so nothing about where local fires were.
if there are,
or resources,
Which,
where
I
they
mean,
are.
which is good. I mean, we're already through August, right? And it seems like every fire that pops up, they're on it.
Right, yes, they did mention that, and how fast that they have been able to adjust
a lot of them,
coordinating agencies, but, yeah.
keeping them busy, but yeah,
No, they,
which is a good thing.
yeah,
Absolutely.
so that's all I have. If anybody wants anything, they can just reach out and I'll get them connected to them.
Yeah, and then we'll try to get that in the packet too, because I'd like to see it.
The report?
Yeah, it's nice. I don't know.
Fascinating.
Having it
Red Lodge.
laid out, right? Having it laid out in
Red Lodge.
a visual graph, very beneficial.
Yeah, kind of like the bear graph.
Yeah, that was, right, last night was,
70% or-
last night's was, did you see the bear graph that they posted within Red Lodge? And I had no idea that their area
Scope
was,
of the area,
like,
yeah.
they cover a huge area, like that, right, range 5, yeah. And then he's like, but all of it is here.
Yeah,
I was like,
90% of our time was like
Oh my God.
70%.
40% were in
40.
city limits.
Within city limits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a
Not just
picture of it, I was
County.
like, holy bucket. So
Yeah.
that kind of brings us down to this next, agenda item, ordinance number 973 for that solid waste. So, after talking and listening to people and hearing constituents talk about this, I'm not gonna lie, I think $100 is kind of a joke. I don't think that that's a strong enough fine, but knowing that it's new and we've just implemented it, I don't know if now's the right time to change it. I wish Shock wouldn't have left because it would have been nice, but like you said, he has issued some with $100.
I agree, and I've been reading some comments that other people think it's a joke.
Yeah, right? Like,
And I
it's
hate to think that stuff we're doing is a joke to people. I
Right.
mean, one person said $500.
I was gonna say, I saw somewhere
So,
$504.
and that's where, as a city, we can charge up to 500. And so I was going to make a motion to do another amendment and, to have it written, I gotta see if I can find it, where it says up to, instead of it being $100, it will be, a violation shall result in a fine of $100 or a fine up to $500.
Yeah, I'm just throwing this out, I don't care which way or the other, but I was just thinking, why don't we just put this thing that just came into place, right?
And that's where,
And keep it for a little
Okay.
bit and see how people do with it. The sort of, changing it so quickly seems, reactionary to me.
same,
And I just,
that was
the
my,
things- he reported that things are
right.
better.
And I know that a lot of businesses downtown, like, for instance, my daughter at Babcock and Miles, she said they got a mass text that went out that said, hey, if you're on, if it's your shift, please ensure that dumpsters are always locked.
Yep.
And so everybody is paying attention to locking their dumpsters, ensuring that there's no overflow.
But that's just what I'm thinking, I don't know what other people think, but it just seems to.
It does seem a
quick
little,
to jerk
right,
it
and I
out.
mean, originally, like, I wanna see it go up, but also I'm kinda like, God, it just went into, like, we just started enforcing it, like, I don't wanna
A week ago.
go, right,
Yeah.
right, so I don't really wanna change it quite yet.
Let's wait until the bears go into hibernation and think about it over the winter or something, I don't know.
Right, or see what, yeah,
And see.
right,
So, I don't know you were at the meeting last night,
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah,
I was there.
I was not there.
I thought you wouldn't.
Saw the mayor,
I had to get to bed, yeah.
I've been thinking about it all day, and I don't think it's an infringement on our freedoms, as the mayor alluded to with bird feeders.
Yeah, that was the other.
But I think enclosed storage of garbage cans isn't really an infringement on anybody's freedoms. And I think we need to really study
Mhm.
what Aspen did. I think we need
I
to,
took a picture of that.
I think we need to, if our bear committee can do a survey to find out how possible is it to require enclosed storage, how many people have garages, how many don't?
So,
To explore if there's grant opportunities to create enclosures for those that don't have it, so it isn't an unnecessary burden. But I think we really need to move towards really locking down the garbage to the point that the bears just don't have access.
yeah, so.
It's not even, they don't even think about it.
It's not
Just
an
so,
option.
right, just so we have it on the recording, he had a slide up, and I actually took a shot of it because I found it interesting also. What Aspen, Colorado, has implemented is a wildlife protection ordinance. And the police department, in cooperation with the city of Aspen, brought forth changes to the wildlife ordinance regarding wildlife-resistant refuse containers. But all refuse containers placed outside for day of pickup service must be wildlife resistant, which we are, trying to get to. They also may only be placed outside during the hours of 6 a.m. and 7 p.m.
Oh,
And
the day
so,
trash pickup.
on trash pickup day. So that way, and I get it, like, a lot of people don't have the room to put the trash cans out there. But if we can find a way for them not to put said trash in receptacle until said pickup day, I mean, I don't know how to go about ensuring that.
Well, I think that's where it's within your interest to pursue.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's time to start looking at how do we secure the trash beyond the wildlife resistant.
Bare
Yeah.
minimum.
We're basically doing the bare minimum.
Yes.
And the bears know how to play it. Where I live,
Oh, my God.
everybody stores their trash
Mhm.
within the garage.
Oh,
And it only comes out the morning of pickup.
okay.
And that's all voluntary. It's not a requirement, it's not a
Yeah.
county requirement. But it's very effective because we have essentially we have bear activity, but we don't have bear problems, okay? I think it's time for the city to really look at that and see how feasible it is. And it starts with studying what we've got.
Mhm.
We need to know, because I'd say the majority of the older part of town has no driveway, they have no garages, so that's a unique situation that needs to be studied.
Right.
The newer parts of town, essentially everybody has a garage.
Mhm.
So when you get up to the golf course, these newer subdivisions, they all have the ability to store within their garage.
Mhm.
But now you're telling them, so, because I was gonna say you could do it so that if you have a garage, you put it in there, but then the problem is, now I can't put my car in the garage because the trash can's in there, and that's why I have a garage.
That's BS. I call BS on that.
And why do you need to put your
I've-
car in the garage
I've-
during the summer?
The garbage
No,
can,
oh, yeah, during the winters, because I'm thinking in the winter I put it in there is when I'm most concerned. That's why I have a garage, I can put it in the winter during the.
We don't really have a
But-
problem with
but
bears.
I've had my garbage can in my garage for the last 23 years,
And you have cars.
and I have all sorts of cars. And I've always been able to.
Well, Hope is breaking her arm over there.
Yeah, let's, dancing around over here.
Two things, the golf course HOA, I think, requires them to be inside, doesn't it, Dave?
It does, but that's the HOA's responsibility to enforce that, not ours,
Sure.
not the city's.
Secondly, and Dave would probably remember this too, from the Bear, we attended the Bear Smart meeting last month, and there's a citizen who has an idea for making an
Oh, yeah.
enclosure for the trash
Mhm.
cans. And she got, a grant from the Nature Sanctuary
Wow.
to build some sample ones.
To try it out, right?
So there are some people that are
Okay.
moving in that direction, Ron, which I support.
And I think the city needs to support that.
And I feel like that is right up along the lines of a shop class at the
Yeah.
high school also.
Oh, great.
If that can be something.
I feel
Yes,
that
welding.
as inconvenient as it would feel, I think it's, obviously from the statistics, we have to do something.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd love to hear.
You
Yeah, I
know,
would-
there will be people that complain, but they complain about everything you do.
Right. Oh, and that was the thing.
You're never gonna get 100%.
No. Steve, before your arm falls off.
Well, just quick, we have a one-car garage in town,
Mm-hmm.
and we have stuff in it, like everybody's garage.
Mhm.
We figured out a way to put our trash can in the garage. That's people with a garage. So I think the argument that you can't fit a car and a trash can in the garage is not valid.
Right.
Um,
And again, like, my main concern with putting a vehicle in the garage is winter,
True.
right? Like, I'm totally fine parking out front in the summers.
I'd also like to bring up what on this is bird feeders.
Yes, that was the other one, that was the other slide that I actually took a photo of.
Because Mayor Westwood made the point that we don't want to be bird feeder police. However, Dan, I think it was, or Matt, said that bird feeders are a tremendous problem, a tremendous attraction.
Mhm.
I don't think, to Rod's point about personal freedoms, I don't know that a restriction on bird feeders reaches that level.
I don't either. Whereas
My
the bird
opinion.
feed, like, what was his, the only bird feeders are for our own enjoyment
Yeah,
and our
we're gonna look at the
entertainment.
birds.
The birds don't need
They
the
don't need it.
seeds.
No.
And the short version is that's 100% council's call. My recollection is it came up a little bit ago and they, I was like, yeah, we don't really want to go down that. Maybe we're changing our minds and you guys are allowed to do
Change
that.
our minds.
Yeah,
Bird feeders are the gateway food
Right.
to bad bear problems.
well,
And
and,
it wasn't that, it's that they are very high calorie reward source.
Yeah.
In a very
And
small-
he hates them, obviously, anybody who's listened to Daniel, but the other thing that he said it on multiple occasions also is, if we solve the trash problems, the problems go away. So he didn't think bird feeders in enough, he thought, if you got rid of the trash, the problem goes away. Bird feeders are also a factor,
mhm.
They are.
so, and then grills are also a factor, but how far down that line do we want to go?
I think trash is the priority.
Priority.
Yeah, that's the big rocks.
Okay.
And like my house, I don't know how I would keep the garbage inside. I can't put it under the front porch, 'cause it'll just,
Does it
Get right
picked up
in there.
front?
it's picked up in front,
Yeah,
yeah.
you don't have an alley behind
You
you.
get bad steps.
No, it just goes up the hill, doesn't scratch the property.
And that's where I'm saying, the city, the
Enclosure.
the
The
bear
enclosure
group,
on the
somebody
side.
needs to study, how do we make this happen?
Yeah, and
You
I
know,
was,
there's a lot, I mean, we can come up with all the excuses in the world why we can't do it,
yeah, find a
but I
solution.
think that's the challenge, to how do we do it?
Who was it that, I was at that bear meeting, who was that she?
Yeah, Hutchins.
It was Beth, what, right? It'd be interesting for her to, because obviously those, with the grant, and to try some sample pieces to see, you know, at least to make a few of them, to see how well they
Enclosure
work.
on the side,
But
yeah.
especially for those who, like in Patty'scape, don't have a garage, and don't have an
Yeah,
ability.
They don't have it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
I have a detached structure, but they'll just climb the fence and get in that. You
Well,
know,
and that
there's
was
no
also
locking it.
an interesting, I saw a picture of a little black bear climbing the enclosure at Quality Inn or the
Oh,
town
yeah,
hall.
over the
Yeah,
wall,
just
yeah.
right over the wall, just Yeah.
And I'm also thinking maybe we change the way we're doing our garbage, in my house personally, you know, just doing the papers in one, and
That's
then
what
the
we
food
do.
stuff in another. Then the food stuff would take all week to get filled up, so it'd just be in my regular garbage can. And all the cardboard, paper and stuff would be in another one, which would be okay outside because there was no odor.
Mhm.
So I could keep that, so I think we could
We-
change the way we do our garbage.
That's how we have ours
Personally,
separated,
too.
and we have ours separate like that. So we have one
Okay,
that
so
is
those-
non, like it has bear attractant, like,
Yeah.
or food, anything that has a food, which my son kills me because he comes pulling in and doesn't pay attention and opens it up and drops his fast food in there.
And the wrong one.
Right, my husband goes out and takes it out and puts it in the correct one, and it's a whole thing in my house right now.
Fun family feud.
But, yeah, I feel like that's definitely something we need to address.
I think that the Bear Group, you know, their big challenge this year was their stickers
Mhm.
and surveying the working and non-working garbage
That's huge.
containers.
Mhm.
And the
But this would
instruction on
be a-
how to use.
They need to continue that, obviously, but this would give them another goal to discover what the city really needs to shut down the bear problem as best we can.
Did you get these?
No.
You don't have one on your trash?
Oh, I've got one on my trash, yeah.
Yeah, you probably don't.
You better have one on your trash.
It's by the latch, it's by.
Yeah.
Right by the latch.
release.
So I just grabbed
don't know.
I grabbed a whole bunch of extra ones.
I don't recognize it.
Yeah, well, here, take one.
Maybe
how
Ryan
would
takes
I
the trash
find-
out for
We
you.
messed up, I don't know how we missed you.
Oh, you
So-
guys are doing that, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but
I
I
might
feel,
have, I'll bring this to work.
I had someone else bring up a question too, and, Sherry's not down there anymore, so I'll have to go talk to, Brandon. But I'm curious how the chamber, what kind of information they give out to visitors. You know, just to, you know, when people are calling, just, hey, bear aware. I even had someone recommend a billboard as they're coming into Red Lodge that explains, and I mean, not just be bear aware, but, hey, a fed bear is a dead bear. The city of Red Lodge has had to put down this many bears because of feeding. So, you know.
We have a couple out there, but you're talking about changing it, maybe having a counter on it or something.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
How many serve?
You know, I mean,
Do it on our new electronic sign.
like the
Oh, yeah.
DUI task force, right? We've gone so many days without a
Yeah.
incident, and
Bears killed this year.
bears,
Right in
right,
front of 'em.
exactly, due
Why not?
to, you
It
know,
wouldn't have to be a big sign, just bears lost this year due to,
but,
you
yeah,
know,
irresponsible
Wednesday,
behavior.
2:00, library.
When is it? Tomorrow?
And in fairness, that's just ideas there, but that's where we could go get grant money to do that too,
Yeah,
like an additional sign.
right, just to put it up there as a counter, like, hey, look, you guys have problems with speeders, we have problem with bears, don't feed them.
And I think the number doubled. I thought the number was 8 for the dead bears, but I think you said there were only 3 or 4 last year that were killed.
Right.
That's huge.
it's overdone.
And they do,
8 is an
And we've had
impactful
a very
number.
interesting weather year.
right.
Yeah,
I've noticed-
and we're gonna have another one,
Even,
so.
if we want to talk about bird feeders, I've noticed that the balsam arrowroot did not produce the seeds
Oh,
that they normally do. And so we've got a lot of little birds that are going hungry this year.
oh.
But, you know, it's just, every wild animal out there is struggling
Right.
for food sources.
Well, I mean, my chokecherry tree took off, like, so I went out there and
It's just, yeah, you
picked
picked
them
them
all
up.
off.
Yes, you're like, those bears are not getting this.
I did, I made some barbecue sauce, Patty got some.
Yes, I got
So,
some.
Yeah.
I guess my suggestion is, I would encourage the city, your group,
Mhm.
to start looking at how do we lock down the garbage in Red Lodge Market.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that includes commercial. I talked to the mayor a little bit yesterday prior to the meeting. That I think that the commercial dumpster should be like the Forest Service dumpster, where it's bear-proof. A bear's not gonna get in it easily.
Mhm.
Ours are bear
Probably metal.
resistant,
Mhm.
but they can still get in them if they work at it.
Bend it.
I took my trash out the other day and I don't, it's not something I pay attention to often, but as I'm dragging, I'm like, this thing is tore up, like the scratches all over it. I mean, mornings where I've left for work and I pick up the trash and, I mean, there's no trash out there, but it's on its side. And you can see the bear prints all over it and, yeah, but yeah,
Here's a
It's
picture
working.
of probably a 2-container, 2-door wooden trash bin enclosure. It's on sale for $1,300.
is it,
But, I mean, you could probably make it for cheaper than that, but that's just what, but.
You can have like neighbors sharing.
well,
Exactly.
right? And you can
You
fit,
can have 2 or 3.
oh, yeah,
But
a
no,
full-on
I think
enclosure.
more than 2 or 3 might be kind of weird looking.
With the lock.
What, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the plan that Beth had sounded very simple.
Yeah,
It didn't sound like it was going to be very expensive to make.
I
no,
think I've seen pictures.
But the enclosure has to have a roof. correct?
yes.
Yeah.
And that was the main thing, is the roof. And then it has to be tight enough to where they can't get in there to maneuver,
Knock it over.
yeah.
And this company is called Barracuda.
Oh my gosh, there's another one.
One of the issues we may be is that some of their pickup trucks are automated, so people would have to come out and move it. That would be an acceptable storage spot outside of those core hours.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right. I mean, obviously, pulling them out, you know,
Well, we can do that. I mean, but anyway, here's just something that's out
Right.
there. We can,
Yeah.
there's lots of choices out there, but.
mhm.
I'm not arguing, I'm just gonna say, play devil's advocate for a minute.
Sure.
This is a really expensive town to live in. And you know what, every time you throw a cost at me, I have to relay that on to my renters, I'm gonna put renters in there. So if you tell me now, I have to go out and build some new hard-sided thing to do that, I can do that, but understand, rent's gonna go up because I'm accommodating that.
Mhm.
I said, I'm just throwing in the realities there and things you
Oh,
are.
Rent is
understood.
gonna go up?
Yeah, so I have a house that I rent, and now you're telling me I have to go build an extra construction so that I can put my workers in there.
As a landlord,
Mhm.
I understand what you're saying.
This is one of those costs I think I
I think, yes, it's not a ongoing cost, so I'd be more inclined to work with my tenants to, I'd be more inclined, if I put it in, they better damn well use it.
Correct.
Right.
What?
Oh,
They
pull
better use
it. Yeah, no, I agree.
And they would get all the fines that incurred to the property owner
No,
In the
Good
event
for
point.
that,
not using it.
yeah.
But
Well,
And
and-
maybe that's it, if the property, because we've had this conversation about who gets the fine or something.
Mhm.
If it's the property owner, if you've done it, well, but you still have to chase down the people that are either long-term or short-term, either one, that's a whole separate. I'd rather that on one, I was just gonna say it, yes, your get-out-of-jail-free card is you built the appropriate building, but.
I think the effect on the renter is more in water rates, garbage rates, property taxes, all those things go to the bottom line as a monthly expense,
Recurring.
Recurring.
reoccurring expense that gets passed on to the renter.
Mhm.
Versus a property improvement, that it may get passed on to the renter, but it's gonna be washed out over a longer period of time. You're not gonna raise your rent $500 a month for a $500
One-time
container.
fair enclosure, yeah.
You might consider charging $20 a month more
Yeah.
for a short period of time.
Um.
I don't see the need because it's a permanent part of the
Right.
property.
The
It's a
property,
permanent
yeah, you're right.
improvement. And if the city can figure out grant money, options for these things to be built at cheaper than
Seems like
$1,200.
I think the wood would deteriorate so fast around here that
I
it
would
could
be
be very
inclined to
crappy
say
looking.
metal.
I'd like the metal,
Yeah.
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 Bears-
Beth
bears
has
take
like
care of
wires
it.
or something, I don't know. Okay,
Safe zone.
for the sake of time, let's move on down here. Safe zone, kid safe zone. Again, I will reiterate, it is staying on the agenda until I see signs go up.
Well, and maybe I can have crossover to the Public Works meeting with, when Mike McBowles is there and see what, you know,
Okay.
now that the budget's getting
Yeah.
secured, let's see what the timeframe is, because it's time.
Were you, you're part of Public Works, correct?
Mhm.
How,
Yeah.
did they mention anything about I don't even know the names of the streets. Hauser, the ones by the high school.
Mayor, do you know,
But
are
we
the curb
have-
and gutter?
Well, yeah,
I
like.
think they're finishing
construction.
up. I think they're finishing.
Before school starts.
Second
Okay.
Avenue?
Yes,
I
they,
think they
tomorrow.
started paving today.
Okay.
Yeah,
They were trying to
there's
finish
a bunch
it
of paving
before.
today. Fourth
Okay.
is what they were doing right now,
Okay,
or Fifth, right
Yeah.
there. So, but they've been paving like crazy down north. And Mike's gonna be here tonight, so I'm just gonna have him give us a quick.
okay, because I know Lily had her senior sunrise
oh.
this morning, and she's like, Mom, she's like, I didn't know how to get to the school. She's like,
Second was
she's like, how in the
Mike-
world?
Mike said they were gonna work on getting second done, knowing that school starts
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
So they're,
Midnight.
I didn't go by there. I
I'll be
don't know if they
honest.
finished.
Yeah, I didn't either, but
They
she was,
finished Fifth, east of Broadway.
okay,
There was a lot of pavement coming in and getting dumped,
okay.
Yes, oh,
so,
it's that empty lot where the.
yeah.
The ones where, you know, you didn't want to offend them, I understand. Yeah, I'm just curious to see, because like I said, at 5:36 this morning, she was stressing, but also,
Oh.
it's fine if she has to park further away and walk. She's a big girl, she can manage. Except now, are we worrying about bears?
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna try to bring it up at Public Works next time.
awesome. All right, we've got, just enough time for any public comment. Is that, who's up there? Who else
I
is up
think
there?
we've had a lot of public comment. That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anybody online who would like to say anything?
One,
Jeff
Wise.
Oh,
Jeff, you have any comment? Who's,
No comment, nope.
okay, cool. I'm not sure who,
I think that's Montana Independent News.
okay.
And actually, I just got a text from her that I will relay on, because I'm not sure, it sounded like she was gonna be there, said, why not require trash cans to be in a hard sided, which is what.
Which we were just
basically
looking at.
talking about,
Yep.
so.
Absolutely. Awesome. All right. Anything else? Going once, going twice? Awesome.
Thank
We will
you.
adjourn.
Thank you.
thank you. That was a good meeting.